Welcome in to another episode from the Critics Collective. And today we're going to talk about Spider-Man. No, not Spider-Man. It's Batman. No, Blue Marvel. Who are we talking about today?
Superman.
Superman. We're talking about Superman 4, 4 from the fifth floor. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace came out in 1987. PG with a running time of an hour and 30 minutes. You know how I feel about an hour and 30 minutes. It's just, I feel like sometimes it's the sweet spot. Now, IMDb says, with the world on the brink of a nuclear war, Superman takes it upon himself to destroy all nuclear weapons. However, Lex Luthor creates Nuclear Man, a force strong enough to take down Superman. Sounds about right. I'm ready to get my popcorn drink on. Okay, so this one's directed by Sydney. So now we're on our third director as we move through the franchise. We've done conversations on Superman 1, 2, and 3 as we make our way to the more recent movies. Manny, what's your highs and lows on this one before we go ahead and rate it? Hit the subscribe button.
So one thing about this episode, this Superman, there was also, I believe it was if it wasn't from the Superman animated series or Justice League, I think it was
Justice League. Was it Justice League?
Justice League, where they got rid of their nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of introduces, I think it was the Superman animation, one of them. And this, I think they got the idea from this movie and kind of went ahead. It was like a special episode or something. But as far as again, this Superman again, you could feel Richard Donner was not part of this, and a lot of it felt out of place as far as this movie goes. I like the introduction of the new super villain, Nuclear Man, who didn't even talk much. All he did was like make noise or all that. Good thing they brought back Gene Hackman in this one, and he pretty much kind of carried the acting. Him and Christopher Reeve, they were both great on scene as far as everything go. But was also not a big fan of this one. It kind of ruined, like it just kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth as far as like Superman goes. You did have John Quire in this, who's in 2.5 Men, who also played Lex Luthor and Superman.
Yeah. So, which is cool that this happens, because I think that's why we get the callbacks in other shows and voiceover work and stuff like that, because of what the Superman series did in the 70s and 80s. So for me on this one, my highs and lows on this one is the lows. Unfortunately, there's just not enough memorable moments for me to recommend this to someone. It's kind of the same feels as the third one. There are moments where you see Superman being Superman, like I mentioned in the other one, getting it confused, that the scene of him grabbing the nuclear stuff and throwing that out into, and I think into the sun, it exploded, which can't be right, because and can you think of the science in that? I mean, if science is science, and we're not going to be here, the only one flying around is Superman saying, what have I done? So that was a little, I don't understand that now that I'm an adult. I just think of all of them, it just, I don't think it's the director not being there. I just think they keep going a different way. And I'm assuming it was to kind of get the box office buzz, because we had talked about this offline, that Rocky IV, which was in 1985, so you have the character where it's like, if he dies, he dies. And I felt like it was very similar to Superman 4, where you have Nuclear Man, who is that it's almost like the same thing. It's created, it's in a lab, it's the force that needs to be reckoned with. And it actually felt a little bit like, old school WWE wrestling, where it was like, you just needed a big bad person for Superman to knock off, and that everybody wasn't going to like. And I don't know politically what was going on in the world, why nuclear was its thing, just like the one before was real estate. But here we are. Check the timeline. real estate, and nuclear warfare. Maybe they were on to something. I don't know. But the thing that we're going to be on is the ratings. Here we rate stuff from a 0 to 5. This is how we do it. It's how we've been doing it for a minute. All right. 5 is excellent. 0 is horrible. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle. Let us know in the comments. What do you think Superman 4 Quest for Peace goes? 1987, an hour and 30 minutes. Let us know in the comments what your rating is. You can also let us know maybe your favorite Superman movie, but hit the subscribe button, like, and comment for more. We'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to start this motherfucker off. I'm sorry if I sound like Lex right now. This is a motherfucking 0. This is, to me, I really think this is the worst in the series of Superman movies. Like just movies in general. Not talking about television shows, not talking about comic books and cartoons. I'm talking about it. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the worst one out of all of them.
You took the word right out of my mouth, friend.
There we go.
I was gonna give it a 0, man.
Yeah.
Take the word right out of my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. So it
felt like it was kryptonite. Superman, but
yeah, it was kryptonite all over this script. All over this script. It was kryptonite all over. I'm glad people got paid for this. I hope they got paid for this. But there was something about it, and it wasn't anything we liked, and that's just what it was. So you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here. We greatly appreciate that. Again, hit the subscribe button and check out one of these videos or playlists.